Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, November 24th and Sunday, November 25th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I nurture the light of truth within me. And here I am, straight from Mercury retrograde center. We have been having some crazy stuff, including the power went out right after I recorded my last horoscope for about 20 hours. And so yesterday was definitely a little bit crazy, but here I am back today. Friday, I'm here on Friday, and I do want to mention one tiny planetary transit that is going to be happening today on Friday because it's important, as it is the last connection Neptune is actually making before Neptune goes direct. Neptune is going direct on Saturday. Hooray! This is wonderful because Neptune has been retrograde since June. So lots to dig into with that. This last connection is the moon squaring Neptune. Now Neptune's at 13 degrees. 13 degrees, that's that 4 energy. That's that revolution, evolution energy. And the moon in Gemini is like, look here, look there, look there. Gemini is always taking in all of the stimuli, like around, all of the information that's coming up around. But Neptune can hold this like steady golden truth energy. So you may have some little situations come up. Oh, I will tell you my situation. All right, my Mercury retrograde ground zero, my phone is dead. In case people have been trying to call me, I am not reachable, and I have not been because my phone has decided not to have a phone signal. So I today, despite the fact that it's Mercury retrograde, was pushed into buying a phone. And like the Gemini in me is like, oh my gosh, I know, being an astrologer, this isn't the best time to make a major purchase. And yet it had to be done. And the Neptune energy in this case, my situation, is having the faith in being in the flow, having the faith in being in the moment. It may shake up some of your beliefs, but I always say this to clients, sometimes it's unavoidable to do things. Cross your T's, dot your I's, and trust the flow. Be in the flow. Be in the moment. So that is what I did. And that's what I encourage you. All of the information that you may have picked up in the past may be telling you this one thing, and yet the flow, the universe, is taking you in this. What truth makes you feel light? That's a question to ask yourself in and through these energies, and even in and through this time of Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. What truth makes you feel light? The truth that everything is going to be taken care of. Everything is okay. Everything is ultimately okay. That truth makes me feel light. The truth of, oh my God, Mercury retrograde, everything goes crazy, it feels pretty heavy. So what truth makes you feel light? And work with that energy. I encourage you in and through this square, this last square. It's a major lesson. So hopefully you see this in time for whatever lesson that is. So like I said, Neptune goes direct on Saturday, November 24th. What time does it go direct at? It goes direct at 5:08 p.m. So we still have time for that lesson all through the day. Neptune has been retrograde, like I said, since June. So since June, we've been digging in. Neptune retrograde in Pisces is very karmically tied in. Lots of karmic unwinding. It's a great time for past life stuff to be moving up, coming through. Cords that have connected you to stuff, long time, good time. It's a great time for deeper psychic ahas to come from. Sometimes we get the ones that are right in your face, but I feel like these psychic ahas that come during Neptune retrograde are ones that come from deep within us, kind of emerge from the light within us. So we have to go deeper and inside rather than, again, picking up the books and learning things from the books outside of ourselves. With Neptune going direct, Neptune takes a little while to gain that momentum. It's really not going to start moving till close to the end of December. So it's going to take a little while. There's going to be some adjustment. As I have seen, as the Sun was recently connecting to Chiron, the North Node in Cancer has been connecting to Chiron. This has been a very karmically unwinding time. Chiron is going direct December 8th. So between now and Chiron going direct, and it working with that North Node energy, I do feel like major karmic situations are going to continue coming to light. So if they still come up for you, there's other things at play, but just realize this is moving forward. What have you learned in regards to your faith? Oh my goodness, faith has been a very big process for me and many others since June. What have you learned in regards to that? It's an important lesson. What have you learned in regards to listening to your intuition since then? Because that's another important lesson. I also love the first connection that's being made with Neptune after it goes direct, is on Sunday, as Neptune connects to the moon in Cancer. And I think that's going to be like, oh yeah, there's my psychic answers, because sometimes with Neptune going retrograde, it can be hard to tune into those answers. So that will be coming. The rest of the day on Saturday, we have the moon finishing up in Gemini. And again, the moon in Gemini, always taking in all the stimulus. Moon in Gemini can also increase the Mercury retrograde situations, as I have experienced greatly these last few days. So let's see. The moon in Gemini is going to connect to Venus. Venus is direct in Libra, moving closer to Scorpio, coming back to that Scorpio energy. Moon in Gemini, Venus in Libra. This is great energy for some mirror work, sitting in the mirror and talking to yourself, affirming to yourself, any affirmations really, but really looking at yourself, seeing the twin within, and working with that energy to help boost yourself, help reaffirm your worth and your beingness. I think that would be really good, strong practice at this time. Anything you can do during this time of Sagittarius, anything that you can do to enhance your light is really going to serve you for Capricorn energy coming next. So reaffirm your light, the light of your being. Moon in Gemini is also going to connect to Uranus. Now that can definitely cause some more haywire electricity energy. Be patient with everything electric. Let's see what time that happens. That connection is going to be happening, it looks like 9:31 p.m. So that evening, if your TV's suddenly not working or whatever, just realize the moon connecting to Uranus can definitely stimulate. You may also feel like, it's not the full moon, why can't I sleep? That could be that connection overstimulating you. But I say the same thing about that connection that I said about the moon connecting to Venus. Reaffirming your worth, reaffirming who you are. Uranus in Aries really wants us to bring who we are to the surface. The final aspect of Saturday is the moon shifting into Cancer. The moon will shift at 10:38 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll have moon in Cancer for Sunday. Got great cards for Sunday. Moon in Cancer is definitely helping connect us. The moon in Cancer will first connect to Mars. Mars in Pisces on Sunday. There's a kitten in the toilet. Wonderful. Moon connect to Mars and Pisces. Intuition, listening to your inner voice, moving according to your inner voice. This is an expansive connection, so I really do feel like you'll be moved, even if the moving that you do is one to your meditation net in order to sit and connect to spirit. Moon will oppose Saturn. Saturn in Capricorn. Saturn in Capricorn has now moved to 7 degrees. Hooray! Moon opposite Saturn. This can go two ways. Kitten antics. It can go the way where there may be some things that our soul is encouraging us, the inner voice is asking us to do, maybe even things of completion, that do not necessarily feel comfortable for us, but that must be done. But there also may be things where your intuition's like, no, you need to be still, you need to connect in, and you have that desire to act, that Saturn, like, I have to be productive, I have to work. We worked a lot with that this week. So be very aware, where do you sit in and through that? These cards really can go either way. These are the Sunday cards. Your work is not to get too trapped in the mind with that energy. All right, so continuing on, Moon connecting to Neptune. Like I said, the first connection Neptune makes, intuition up the wazoo. I suggest you sit and listen in if you get confused. And the final connection, very strong, is the Sun conjunct Jupiter. Holy light coming in. This is a wonderful conjunction. This is very strong luck energy, although don't push it. This is very strong light energy. This is also energy, you know, like even though we use new moons to co-create or manifest, set intentions, this is a beautiful energy to utilize attention. What is it that you are taking aim and reaching for? You have two of the biggest energies of our solar system, the Sun and Jupiter, working together at 3 degrees, the expansion degree. So this is a wonderful time. What is it that you want? And be willing to think bigger with this. And make sure whatever you want, it feels light. It doesn't mean that you have to do to get there. It's just, what is it that you desire? Tune into that energy and let that light pull you forward. All right. Speaking of the light, let's look at the Rumi card. The dissolving light. This was actually the first card that I ever pulled from this deck. I died as a mineral and became a plant. I died as a plant and rose to an animal. I died as an animal and I became human. What should I fear? Anything? Or why should I fear anything? When was I ever less by dying? Dare to take my hand and be set alight with holy fire, my cherished one. Step forward with me, let us burn together, disassembled in the light that cannot be extinguished. This is the light that burns with such incandescent truth that no falsehood can withstand its audacious vibrancy. And by the way, I did pull this card after the energy mantra. I'd written that and asked the question, what truth makes you feel light? So I was like, hello, alignment. This is the light that burns with such incandescent truth that no falsehood can withstand its audacious vibrancy. Come with me now to the light, and together we shall melt into the truth. And I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I'm going to read this last little thing. This oracle brings you guidance. Trust in your changing perceptive and perceptions. Don't hold on to what you once believed or thought to be true. Allow yourself to be shown another version of events, another way of perceiving. Don't focus on what is not working in your current estimation of things, for that is nothing more than passing opinion. You are being given an opportunity to see and know yourself, others, and particular life circumstances very differently. Embrace it. Don't resist what is being shown to you, for even if there are some struggles in adjusting your view at first, ultimately, this change in perception will free you and bring you more deeply into the wellspring of your own inner peace and happiness. So that's pretty beautiful. That being said, I am offering my 2019 year ahead readings. And I have a few different offers. For the holidays, if you would like to purchase a reading, a half-hour reading for somebody, they are $44 for the holidays as a gift. But if you purchase for yourself the year ahead 2019 reading, and want to buy a reading for somebody as well, that's $33 instead. So if you get confused, you can email me about that. I'm getting around to messaging the people who have emailed me about those readings so far today. So I'm going to do that right after this. But besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There is enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And namaste.